Hello, good afternoon. But I mean, it looks like nighttime here. It's not even 5:30 yet. Good evening, but good afternoon for this whiskey taste challenge. This is going to count from day. In fact, I'll check it off right now. We have two single malt Scotch whiskeys. I did a dual review of this one, the one from 2000. So let's see. I'll check it off right now. Okay, good. Done. So we have, I can't believe it's getting this dark this fast. I was trying to like type in all the information. So we have Ardbeg, the ultimate 10-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. You can see it's green bottle, aged 10 years, introduced in the year 2000, last year of the 20th century. So this is a 20th century Scotch. And it's from Hennessy Moet. I'm sorry, Moet Hennessy. Moet does all the champagne. Hennessy does the cognac. They bought it out. Distillery's been there since 1815. Here's the competitor, the Glenrothes, 1995. This is from 1995. Well, it was put in barrels in 1995, and it was aged until the year 2003. So it's 18-year aged. This distillery established in 1879. I think they went out of business a little while in the 1980s, but date October 26, 1995, and it's saying approved in 2010, June 9th, 2010, but it was bottled in 2013, so whatever, they checked it out and approved it or whatever. Anyway, this is a brand of the Edrington Group. They used to own Cutty Sark, remember? Imported by Anchor Distilling Company, San Diego, California. So it's imported by Anchor. And people make the Anchor beers like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, our special ale. Got to make a tag. And then I have to do a review for Natter Days. I got too much to do and not enough time. And I got a football game coming on. I got to hurry. Thanks. Forgot the drawer was open. Damn. All right. A for Ardbeg. I bought the Ardbeg at Star, which if you live around New Orleans, you might know is a pretty famous liquor store. It's really a convenience store, gas station, but everybody knows it's a liquor store on Louisiana Highway 49, southbound, between Interstate 10 and U.S. Highway 61, Williams Boulevard. The famous Star. Some of their prices, well, really, most of their prices are just normal, normal. Guys' eyes are normal. But some of their prices are abnormally low. So we like to check them out and see what they got going on. All right. Well, we got this going on. Plastic cap, cover, real cork, not that playground, reindeer games, rubberized stuff, or particle board, real cork. And you notice, man, okay. I bought this at Star, $46.99, good price. The Glenrothes run you about $40, $45. This was given to me by the Whiskey Scout. Thank you, Robert, the Whiskey Scout. He lives in Kansas. He was thinking about moving to Louisiana. I wish he had moved to Louisiana, but you can't get everything you wish for. But he's in Kansas, you see. Dorothy lived in the midst of the great Kansas prairie. Glenrothes, aged from 1995 to 2003. Real cork, not that particle board stuff. Wooden cap. Ardbeg got a plastic cap. All right. Like I said, it's going to count for Monday. Robert said he got a good deal on this Glenrothes. It's rare. They don't even have it listed on the website. Look on their Glenrothes website. They don't list it. But their website's kind of peculiar. Like I said, it's owned by the Edrington Group. Pretty big company. They do not just make Scotch, although that is a big part of their company. They sold Cuddy Sark was probably their biggest selling Scotch, but for whatever reason they sold that to La Martiniquais. I guess La Martiniquais made them an offer they could not refuse. You know, the words, they said, we're going to pay you this much. They said, you kidding, right? No, we're going to really pay you this much for Cuddy Sark. You got it. You know what I mean? Like so much money, they couldn't turn it down. And you can understand that. That's why people were picking on Bell's Brewing of Michigan. How dare they sell out? That rat, Larry Bell, selling his company. He gave a very good explanation. He was basically saying, well, why don't you come run it? You buy it. You give me these millions of dollars and go run it. Well, I don't have time to run it. I only have time to criticize. Right. But Mitsubishi, the owners of Kirin, they had time to run it. Okay. All right. Okay. First thing we'll notice in the dark, I mean, you may as well say the dark. I mean, nighttime comes at 5 o'clock now. This one is gold. The Glenrothes is gold. Maybe amber, but it's gold. Now, this thing is straw. The Ardbeg 10 years is straw. You know they're not adding color. No color added, and it's non-chill filtered. 46%. Oh, my goodness. I got to do Natterdays next. Ooh. Help me. That is so pale. Oh, so very pale. I've been working on so many projects today. You say, you mean they're related to liquor? Well, yes, but some were related to buying groceries and exercising. But you know what I mean? Yes, I did have a lot of liquor-related projects today and beer. It was just like how the schedule got bunched up. Scheduling, sometimes it gets bunched up, so I had to do it if I wanted to keep my schedule going. I didn't have to do it. Just wanted to do it to keep the schedule going. You understand? All right, this is not going to be much of a challenge. Let's just do it. And I got some other single malts coming up on Saturday morning and Sunday morning and Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. And then we go into blended Scotch. And I got Valentine's from Chivas Brothers. Oh, yeah, I love Valentine. Well, this smells like bread dough and bread crust. Bread, white bread and white bread crust. And this smells like smoke and compost and some other Scottish island things. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, in other words, I can't describe it. It's like people say sea spray and all of that poetic stuff. And I'm not a poet. Don't you know it? But I do have some Velvet Underground albums. But this is the Glenrothes, and this is the Ardbeg 10. I guess the next Ardbeg I'll get is the Ardbeg Wee Heavy, the 5-year-old. My friend David was going, well, he was saying some bad things about it. Probably justified, like they're just trying to go cheap. It's a little bit cheaper, and they're only aging it 5 years. Why do these companies always got to do that? He was just getting like so angry. I said, I don't know. All right. So, no, you're not going to get them confused. All right. But let's go with the taste anyway. Heck. I was really hoping daylight would stay around a little longer. I don't want to put the lamp up. I got to do the beer review. And I already got my beer display. If you saw this, I got all these beautiful cans and everything. Well, okay. The Glenrothes. They aged at 18 years. It's good, and I like it. And for a reasonable amount of money, I would buy it. But I thought after 18 years, it would just be dynamite, like super terrific, exceptionally, fantastically great. But I can't really say that's the case that they gave me. Medium body, 46% alcohol. 43% alcohol, 86 proof. Normal finish, moderately, let's say long moderate. And it's nice. I mean, you like bread dough, you like alcohol, you like 46% alcohol, you like drinking, you like getting crazy, or whatever. You know what I mean? You like being sedate and measured and responsible, is what I meant to say. Berry Brothers and Rudd. That's right, Berry Brothers and Rudd. But they're owned by the Edrington Group. But Berry Brothers and Rudd is sort of like an independent company. Wine and spirit merchants. Oh, they're just like, that's right, Berry Brothers and Rudd. They're like Justerini and Brooks, J&B. They're wine and spirit merchants. They don't really make wine and spirits. They broker it. They buy it and sell it. So like J&B, you say, I'm going to go to Scotland and visit the Justerini and Brooks distillery because I love that Scotch. Well, actually, there is no Justerini and Brooks distillery. It doesn't exist. They use single malts from various procurers, and they use grain whiskey from various contractors, most of whom they own, and then they make J&B. Okay, so that's how some of these things are made. And Glenrothes is from a merchant also. But I think Glenrothes is or was a distillery. That is a posh bottle. It is, isn't it? Why is it so dark in your room? Well, because I thought the light from outside would give me a little light, but the dang thing went dark. You say, in other words, the sun went down. Yeah, it shouldn't go dark this early, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go with this Ardbeg 10, the classic, great Ardbeg 10. Woo, woo, toot, 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 toot. This will light up the room with taste. Woof. Yippee-ki-yay, motor scooter. This is so smoky. It's like Smokey and the Bandit. No, it's smoky. It's not overly smoky, though. People go overboard about it like, oh, it's the most smokiest thing in the world. It's not really that smoky. It's pretty dang smoky, though. Did they have a fire at the distillery? Well, they did have a fire. They were roasting they were roasting the malt with peat fires, and they let the smokiness. That's the Isla character, that's their schlemizel, their schlemazel. You know what I'm saying? Some people say I wouldn't drink Scotch whiskey because it's so smoky. Well, Isla Scotch whiskey is smoky. And some of the blends are smoky because they'll use Isla, in the blend. Like Johnny Walker Red Label, you get that smoke taste. And like even the Highland Mist, which is very inexpensive, very affordable, you get that smoky taste, but it's so faint. It's not worth talking about, really. But you get it. But this one is like single malt. It's no grain whiskey blended in with it to soften it up. So it's just smoke. Oh, yeah. I think it would go well with Smoked kippers. I almost wanted to do a gimmick video where I drank this with smoked kippers. But I was like, nah. Sun goes down so fast now, unfortunately. I understand. Yeah, I thought it would be like Dustbusters, but it ended up becoming nighttime, overnight. When do I do these? I mean, I could do beer reviews at 4 in the morning. I could just call them overnight. Nobody would know what time, right? I mean, I could really do that. Like I've done it, like 5 a.m. Saint from what they call that company that makes punk IPA, that Scottish company. Brewdog. I did it at exactly 5 a.m. I watched the clock, and at 5 a.m. I started recording, and I ate the breakfast with the 5 a.m. Saint. It was really good, and I thought it was a fun video, but then I never saw that. I never saw any of their beers again. They like disappeared. 2015, gone. Brewdog. They're really popular in the United Kingdom and controversial, you know. Like the regular people like them. They're like, hey, that's a really good beer. And then the like craft beer people hate it. Hey, it's crap. You know, you don't want to drink Brewdog. They're controversial. My mom was telling me about it. You know, I was so offended. I was so hurt. I was so triggered. And I was like, over here in Louisiana, I'm like, I don't even care, you know. I don't care what Brewdog does. They betrayed us. They betrayed their heritage. They betrayed everything that's important to beer. I was like, get real. You thought it was a movement. It's a business. Get it together, man. The world is not enough. Johnny Walker Black has the perfect amount of smokiness, in my opinion, says Kevin Johnston. And I don't have it yet, and I'm going to buy it. I plan to buy Johnny Walker Black. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, I bought the Jim Beam Black, the 8-year-old. I bought the 8-year-old, not the current Jim Beam extra age, no age statement. I bought the Jim Beam Black 8-year age. I know where to find the bottles. I know where to find the bottles. And they're still there. And they're so old. They're so very old. And they age 8 years. And I bought it, and it was $32.95 for the handle. 1,750 milliliters, full metal jacket, and I bought it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's time to turn this party out. Okay, enough's enough. Been my boss. Look, which one tastes better? You're never going to confuse them. If you confuse these two, then you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? You don't know how to taste products. It's like, it would be like confusing King Cobra with 1050, 1050. You would be like, well, I thought it was 1050, but I was drinking King Cobra. No, nobody's going to think that. 1050 is 10.5% alcohol, black beer, dark brown, and King Cobra is a Helles Bock, 6%, 6% alcohol adjunct, St. Louis, Missouri beer. So you're not going to confuse these two. Now, which one tastes better? That's the whole riddle of the poem. Reverend 20 pieces, if you have a choice, you always got to get that handle. Got to get that handle because it's a better value per ounce. You get more liquor for less. You know, you pay. How do I say it? You're going to pay more because you get more, but you're going to pay less per ounce. You're going to get just. But a lot of people don't understand in unit pricing. I talk to people in grocery stores sometimes. I'm like, well, if you get this 32 ounce, it's a lot cheaper than getting the 8 ounce. And they're like, no, but it costs more. I'm like, but it's less per ounce. But it befuddles them. It's like the turning lane on the interstate or the 4-lane highway turning lane. They're befuddled, like bewildered by it. They just can't figure it out. And when I watch people try to go through the turning lane, I'm like, well, you're defeating the whole purpose of the turning lane or the passing lane. Look at the passing lane. They think the passing lane is for driving slow and not moving over. So they basically take a 4-lane highway and they bring it back to a 2-lane highway. Crazy. Okay, which one do I like better? Because I got to get on with this nowadays, and it's not even Saturday. Look, the Glenrothes 1995, 18-year age, 95 to 2003. It's really good. I mean, it's got bread dough. So it's like a personal. I've been talking about this a lot on these taste challenges that, some people watch them. It doesn't get a whole lot of people watching, but people watch, but it's not really a quality concern at this point. Like what we're talking about right now is not a quality control issue. It's not like, well, this one's really poorly made and this one's so exceptionally made. It's just a matter of, well, what do you prefer? If you like the bread dough type of thing, I think the Glenrothes is Highland Scotch. Oh, Speyside. Oh, well, that's very much. Oh, and it has a royal warrant by appointment to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and also to. There's two things, but it has a royal warrant, so it's like an official liquor for the royal family of the United Kingdom. So this is the British Empire, man. It's the British Empire. What are you talking about? Do you know what that is? And I like it. But I think in my area of life, I prefer the smokiness. Doesn't make me a bad person because I prefer Isla over Speyside. O2WRX fan says, drinking alone in a dark room. Are you okay? That's a run-on sentence. Drinking alone in a dark room, period. Space, capital A. Are you okay? Yes, I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good. I'm like Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm doing so great. He isn't alone. There are 8 people here now. It says justified defiance. That's right. They're doing an intervention. Can't you understand? Is there any other way to do it? Laughing out loud, says Reverend 20 Piece. Yeah, come to my aid. Come to my help. Help me, y'all. Won't you help me? I would argue it's a dim lit room and not dark. Well, it's pretty dang dark. And it's supposed to be, oh, well, I give up. I give up. Enough's enough. I prefer the smokiness in that, like, compost turned vegetable, rotted vegetable organic matter. I don't know. I can't describe it. It tastes like a compost pile. Not that I've ever eaten a compost pile, but you know what I'm saying. It's made with peat, and read about peat on the internet. You'll see what I mean. Or in an encyclopedia, go to the library. I love it. They're both A products. That's the problem. They're both most excellent. They're both in the A range. But you know what? Ardbeg is an A plus. It's more like a 98. I was saying in my solo review, which I'm going to post Saturday morning, I said, man, I could drink this every day. I could drink the whole bottle. I said that. I said I could drink the whole bottle. I don't mean in one day, you know what I mean? But it's like you could just go crazy, go mad, lose your mind, just drink the whole bottle. It's so good. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to say no, I can't really say it. I can't say it. It's not fair. It makes no sense. Oh, I was going to say Ardbeg 10 is better, but I can't really say that honestly. But I'll say I prefer it. I prefer it. Okay, I prefer it. All right, let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Read these comments, and then we closing out. And I'm going to the Natter Days. I had to buy a 30-pack. Now that's dedication. That's dedication to the beer reviewing world. Some people say you're insane. It's not dedication. That's madness. Nobody in their right mind buys a 30-pack of Natter Days pineapple lemonade for $19.48. I did do it. I hear you, baby. The baby's crying outside. Just be patient. You don't need to come in right now. All right. Just buy the dang Johnny Walker Black. I believe it will surprise you. It's not going to surprise me because I know it's good. Everybody says Johnny Walker Black is good. And the double black is even double gooder. I just got so many things I got to cover. It's not a matter of not wanting to buy things. It's a matter of I got too many things. I want to buy the Johnny Walker Black. I want to buy the Johnny Walker Double Black. I want to buy the Johnny Walker Green label, the Platinum label, the Gold label, all the labels. I'm going to make the meats. I'm going to make all the meats. You know what I mean? I'm like Henry Hill. Just don't call from inside the house. Go to a payphone. Natter Days is the fashizzle, my nizzle, says Reverend 20 piece. What does that mean? Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I've already done the pink label, and now I'm gonna do the green and yellow. And so that's it. So thanks for watching this video production. I can't really say there's a winner. So can you tell them apart easily? Is there a winner? Well, in my opinion, it's the Ardbeg 10 because I prefer it. Because I prefer it. Does that make it better? No. Makes it better for me. It's like saying what style of cheese is better. Well, how can you say what style of cheese is better? It's whatever you prefer is better. But on the other hand, the Glenrothes 12, Glenrothes 18-year age, 95 to 2003 is very nice. Can't take issue with it. Don't take issue with it. So thanks for watching this video production. There won't be anything Monday because I'm doing it now. And that's good because Monday is a drag on videos. I mean, Monday's not terrible. It's just a drag on videos. Okay, let's see. Isn't single malt whiskey much more interesting than straight bourbon? Well, yeah, to me it is. But other people would say, no, it's the opposite. Straight bourbon is much better than single malt. It's all about America and Kentucky. I mean, I got so much straight bourbon and you ought to see all the bourbon I've got that I got to bring into play. So, I mean, obviously I like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't bring it in to play. But if you cornered me and said, I'm cornering you. Now tell me now, would you rather drink single malt Scotch for the rest of your life or bourbon? Choose now. I would say, well, stammer. I would have to choose the single malt Scotch. But I'm not being cornered by anybody. I'm not under that kind of injunction. So I guess I like both. But yeah, I do prefer the Scotch. Good evening, Ron. Cheers, says BC's Beer Reviews. Oh, BC's Beer Reviews. Regardless if it's a bottle or a can, he's going to be reviewing a beer. And I think he likes these whiskeys, but he doesn't really deal with them too much. But I mean, I can understand it. All right, that's it. Enough's enough. I got to go. So the winner is, well, there's no winner. If you want a good, and I mean good, like A+ good, single malt Scotch, get the Ardbeg 10. It's a winner every time. It works every time. Now, on the other hand, if you want another winner, a Speyside classic, get the Glenrothes 1995, but you'll probably never find it. But it wins every time. 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 It wins every time.